Ugh. Hi everyone. Let's talk about Dance Gavin Dance. Formed in 2005, the band known as Dance Gavin Dance not only has made 9 albums up until this point, this being their 9th, they've also had a number of lineup changes, and the lead vocalist of this album, well, this is his 5th album with the band. Their first album since 2018's Artificial Selection. Now, people have a lot of opinions of Dance Gavin Dance. My first exposure to them was from a particular reviewer on this platform that made a not so positive review of their 2015 album Instant Gratification, which immediately put a bad taste in my mouth for the band. I did check that album out because I was curious, and I do have to be quite honest with you guys. I didn't really care for that album. I thought that the clash of screamed vocals and melodic vocals were just a little hideous. But it wasn't as terrible as said reviewer thought it was. And I didn't really even care to check out their other material, but when I heard Prisoner for the first time, I fell in love. It's like I heard a new band in a new light and in a new sound that was more comforting, more refreshing. So going into this new album, I was somewhat excited, crossing my fingers, hoping that it was good. I didn't listen to the other singles because I didn't know they came out, but whatever, it is what it is. What is it about this album that is different from their other albums? Is there anything different from their other albums compared to this album? Is it better? Is it worse? Let's find out. Well, I gotta say, it is definitely maybe tonally a shift. Not too much though. You still have elements of post-hardcore and math rock on this album. You also have a little bit of funk rock as well. You get these very energetic vocals that come through, whether it be on Tillon's voice or on John's voice. But it's very clear that John is way more eccentric with his vocal performances on this entire album. He delivers the screen vocals throughout the entire record, and there are moments where it can be very intriguing, very rewarding, and delivers a good contrast with the lightly sung melodic vocals on this record from Tillon. There are some moments where it clashes though, and while I wouldn't say there is a horrible moment on this record, there are some moments on this album where it's a little annoying, a little However, for the most part, I think this is a pretty good album. For one, I like a lot of the guitar work on this record. It's colorful, it's bright, it's very involved and very intriguing to listen to. It definitely, at least for me, has like a radio kind of sound to it. It's nothing too visceral, but it has just the right emotion to either get you pumped up or get you uplifted. And the opening track to this record, Prisoner, is a great way to start off this album, with these somewhat funky guitar passages that then transition into these more melodic guitar passages. Tillon's voice over this instrumental is really melodic and it fits the instrumental so well. And then you get the chorus of the track, which is just calling out to this prisoner. It's almost as if this person, Tillon, or whoever is behind this song, is calling out to a person saying, hey, we're here, and we know you're here, we can help you. It's a moment on this record that I absolutely adore, and it's also kind of catchy too. There's also One in a Million, which is also incredibly catchy. The guitars on this song as well are bright, they're shiny, and they're, again, very colorful. The chorus specifically, though, is just kind of snarky, but still very, again, catchy. There are other moments on this record that kind of surprised me, like the Spanish-sung song Calentamiento. I can't say this track name. Calentamiento Global, which is probably just global. But yeah, Tillon is actually singing mostly in Spanish, and John is the one who's singing in the English. It's interesting, but it kind of works too. You also have the continuation of their Strawberry series, which has been worked into a lot of their albums up until this point. This song is called Strawberry's Wake. I wish it ended a little bit better. Granted, this song is good, but it would have been so much better if they kind of completed it. It just kind of cuts out and then goes to the next song kind of abruptly. Now at this point in the track listing, we do get an example of a song that I think has an awkward and clunky fusion of those scream vocals with those melodic post-hardcore riffs. Born to Fail, which it does have a catchy hook, but yeah, I'm not really the hugest fan of this song. Or the track Night Sway, which has these really hard rockin' guitar riffs, but I find the vocals on this track to be too much of a hindrance to fully enjoy this song. The last two tracks on this record do leave a good taste in my mouth, which is kind of interesting because the last track on this record is actually like a rock trap fusion. It could have been done so much worse, but it's actually really good. And it is also the longest song on here. It definitely defies the odds in every way, shape, or form. Yeah, trap hi-hats are incorporated. You also have guitar work, and I believe you have a rapper, Bill Murray? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he delivers a pretty interesting verse on the last leg of the song, and everything just fuses together very nicely. I don't know how they did it. They made a good rock trap fusion. The track before it, Nothing Shameful, starts off really quickly and it just kind of gets better as it progresses. And I believe the guest vocalist towards the last leg of the song, Andrew Wells, does a really good job at maintaining that momentum through the entire song. Also, what I like about this record is that the production sounds really nice, although it's not the best production in the world, it still holds up. And the drum work throughout this entire record is really good too. And again, there are some moments on this record where John Mess can deliver a very corny line when he's screaming that kind of make me disconnect from the song as a whole. And on this record, there are examples where he can actually deliver some scream vocals and it not be entirely corny, but there are other times where it's just a little goofy, which could easily play into the Gavin Dance kind of canon that they are known for. They're that kind of goofy post-hardcore band that try to make some very interesting hardcore and post-hardcore music. And they're doing it pretty well. They have a huge fan base, and you know what? I like this album. It's a very enjoyable record, and I completely understand why people enjoy this. I do wish there were more moments like Prisoner or One in a Million or even the last couple tracks. And maybe the production can be beefed up just a little bit, but for what it is, it's a really good album, not gonna lie. For me personally, it's a very solid B. However, I am curious to know what are your thoughts and opinions on this album down below. Let me know what albums you want me to review next, and that is it. Leave a like, comment, share, do whatever you want. Let me know how I can improve future videos down below. Remember, this is only my opinion because music is subjective.